All right, I'm Andrew Kraft here. Welcome back. You were just listening there to my conversation with Dr. Peter Earle at the American Institute for Economic Research about all things cryptocurrency. Now that Bitcoin has surpassed $100,000 in valuation for one Bitcoin. As we were speaking with Peter, Donald Trump, president-elect, named David Sachs as his incoming AI and crypto policy czar. So breaking news sometimes happens when you're in the middle of a conversation. In the meantime, let's keep it somewhat business and commerce focused here. I want to focus our efforts on New York City. LiveNOW look there. So you might have been following this story regarding Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield, the major healthcare provider here. Well, this is what we know. This is according to Axios, that the major health insurance company is now backing off a controversial plan to limit coverage of anesthesia. That's according to public officials. So Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield recently decided to, quote, no longer pay for anesthesia care if the surgery or procedure goes beyond an arbitrary time limit, regardless of how long the surgical procedure takes. Now, this generated a whole host of controversy. That was according to the American Society of Anesthesiologists. Of course, they opposed the decision. Well, that decision covered plans in Connecticut, New York, and Missouri. Now, NPR reported the insurer had based the move on surgery time metrics from CMS, the federal agency that stands for Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. Now, the decision, of course, was controversial at the time, but outrage erupted this week after the murder of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson in New York City cast a spotlight on divisive insurance decisions. So we are getting a statement in from Anthem Blue Cross. They say this. This is from Elevance Health, that there's been significant widespread misinformation about an update to our anesthesia policy. They say, as a result, we have decided to not proceed with this policy change. They say, to be clear, it never was and never will be the policy of Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield to not pay for medically necessary anesthesia services. The proposed update to the policy was only designed to clarify the appropriateness of anesthesia consistent with well-established clinical guidelines. Now, we're hearing from officials in these states, including New York Governor Kathy Hochul, the Democrat, saying this: last night I shared my outrage at a plan from Anthem to strip away coverage from New Yorkers who had to go under anesthesia for surgery. We pushed Anthem to reverse course, and today they will be announcing a full reversal of this misguided policy. Hochul says, don't mess with the health and well-being of New Yorkers. Not on my watch. Back out live there to New York City. Had to get that major story in. A lot of people were talking about that online, especially in the wake of the murder of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson there, just at the age of 50, yesterday in the early morning hours of Midtown Manhattan. Remember, the manhunt for his killer continues as we speak.